Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Next, double honors to the elder apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad, even scattered amongst the heathen that look like those heathen, because this is not a black thing, and this is also not a religion of this world, but yet this is our heritage, it's our nationality, it's our bloodline, it's our lineage, it's our history, which is no longer a mystery, and it is the promises of our future. This is Hawashai Nawana, and just coming at you real brief, real quick, about this goofball here. For those who haven't heard it, I'm going to play it first. We're going to get a couple scriptures, and we're going to shut it down, all right? So without further ado, this is the Elder Manata Zakba's channel right here, GMS South Carolina 08, okay? I'll put the link in the description box, all right, for those who haven't seen it. And, yeah, without further ado, let's hear this and let's get some scriptures, all right?
I said, if you take everything that the white man has done out of the history of humanity and out of the history of this country, do you still have a religion? Whoa. He was like, what do you mean? I said, no, if you erase everything that the white man has done out of the history of this country, do you still have an enemy? It's like the only reason why you were able to exalt the so-called black man the way you have is because you made the white man the devil, which is the Edomite. You call him the Edomite, right? And I was like, so if you really pay attention to it, you're more of a slave to the white man's teachings than I am. Because your religion was not built on what God has done, but your religion is based on what white people has done to black people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're actually still you think that you're free, but you're a slave.
Yeah.
You're a slave.
They're still living in your head rent free.
So he was like, yeah, you talking great. I said, no. I said, let's look at the evidence. I said, all of you guys' signs doesn't even have the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus here. It's we're the lost children of Israel. The white man is the Edomite. The United States is lying to us for years. DNA tests are rigged by the United States government. It's like the gospel narrative is not even shown up on your posters. It's not there. It's like, this is a reactionary faith. So you have a reactionary faith.
Wow.
And so then the dude threatened to slap me. And he was like, man, get out of here, man, before I slap you. You talking crazy. And I said, is that not, even if you disagree with it, can you agree? Can you at least acknowledge that my question to you was a rational thought? Like it was logical. It was logic.
Yeah.
Like you might not agree with the logic, but is it something that you can wrestle with? I can't wrestle with that BS. And they cut the conversation off. And so
I think anytime somebody's threatening physical harm against you, they lost.
That's when the conversation they don't have an argument to your question.
It's over.
And it was anger there.
Wow.
It was anger there, and so
that's crazy.
That was one of my first run-ins with the Hebrew.
All right.
So
I want to get a couple more points up in here, but I want y'all to hear that again. All right, and then we're gonna get some precepts. All right, so without further ado, let's hear that one more time because he was talking a whole bunch of madness. All right, it's really not to even be. That's not even an actual question, but it's all good. Let's hear it again, and then we'll get some.
Hypothetically speaking, I said, if you take everything that the white man has done,
and once again, he starts off with the phrase "hypothetically speaking." Okay, now at that point in time, that's kind of like something where like you laying down on your back, talking to your girl or whatever the case, and then she want to get into some hypotheticals, right? Yeah, you can go ahead. You can talk all you want to while I start to close my eyelids and fall asleep while you talking. Yeah, tell me all about the hypothetical, all right? Because we deal in facts. But anyway, let's go on ahead and let's go again with this hypothetical ass freaking ninja that we got here, all right?
And out of the history of this country, do you still have a religion? Again. I said, hypothetically speaking, I said, if you take everything that the white man has done out of the history of humanity and out of the history of this country, do you still have a religion? Whoa. He was like, what do you mean? I said, no, if you erase everything that the white man has done out of the history of this country, do you still have an enemy? It's like the only reason why you were able to exalt the so-called black man the way you have is because you made the white man the devil, which is the Edomite. You call him the Edomite, right? And I was like, so if you really pay attention to it, you're more of a slave to the white man's teachings than I am. Because your religion was not built on what God has done, but your religion is based on what white people has done to black people.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you're actually still a slave. You think that you're free, but you're a slave.
You're
a slave.
They're still living in your head rent free.
So he was like, "Yeah, you talking great." I said, "No." I said, "Let's look at the evidence." I said, "All of you guys' signs doesn't even have the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus here." It's we're the lost children of Israel. The white man is the Edomite. The United States has lying to us for years. DNA tests are rigged by the United States government. It's like the gospel narrative is not even shown up on your posters. It's not there. It's like this is a reactionary faith. So you have a reactionary faith.
Wow.
And so then the dude threatened to slap me, and he was like, "Man, get out of here, man! Before I slap you, talking crazy." And I said, "Is that not?" Even if you disagree with it, can you agree? Can you at least acknowledge that my question to you was a rational thought? Like it was logical. It was logic.
There's nothing logical. There's nothing rational about that. All right, you can just that shit is worldly as hell. You know. Anyway, just in case I didn't say it before, I'm gonna say it again. All praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. And next double honors to the elder apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad, and to those that are searching out their salvation with fear and trembling before the names of Yahweh, Wah Yahweh Shai. This is Yahweh Shai Nawana. And yeah, so you heard all that craziness. All right. So he said, what if, he said hypothetically speaking and shit like that. Well, hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, what does that mean? Hypothetically means by imagining a possibility rather than reality. Okay? So you talk and make believe. You said, well, if we make believe that Esau wasn't the enemy, then would you still have enemies? Well, absolutely. Psalms the 83rd chapter. Okay? So this is like child's it's like a child's game. Now you've grown, I don't know. I don't even want to render any type of points to this dude. What is this? For edification's sake, we're gonna go ahead and skip past all that bullshit. All right, and we're just gonna get some facts. All right, we're gonna bring out the facts, and that's gonna be that. Hypothetically, by imagining a possibility rather than reality, and that's exactly what he is in right now. All right, a made-up reality, a make-believe situation, a make-believe scenario. He thinks he's probably in decent case because he's on a nice little show, nice little couch, and this and that, da-da-da-da-da. He probably got a couple of dollars or whatever the case, but he's not looking towards what's really going on. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on, and he's asking questions based upon hypothetically. Well, how about you hypothetically carry your ass back over to the house and hypothetically work underneath and behind the enemy lines, and you can hypothetically not own shit. You can hypothetically not have your girl actually be your own from birth. You can hypothetically go through this judicial system. You can hypothetically get taxed to the point to where you have damn near really nothing. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Have you hypothetically thought about what the mark is? Have you hypothetically thought about situations that's getting ready to come that are already really truly here? Idiot. Anyway, what an idiot. All right. By imagining a possibility rather than reality as a hypothesis. Okay? Even with that, if you go into the word, define hypothesis. A supposition or proposed explanation. So supposition or proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence as a starting point for further investigation. Well, why the hell would you want to do that if you have facts before you? If you have clear facts in front of you, why would you want to suppose something and make a proposed explanation made from limited evidence? So you're literally looking away from the evidence, the facts, to limit the evidence to make a proposed hypothesis. What is that? What kind of childish shit is that? Let's get some scriptures, man. All these things are done from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. There is not an evil that happens in a city and the Lord has not done it. There is no such thing as a man raising and saying that he is going to do something and the Lord had commanded it not. Do you understand that? That's number one. All right. The earth giving into the hands of the wicked. All right. We do have enemies. All right. We just going to, where do I want to start at here? Let's start at Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. All right. Deuteronomy 28 and 47. Because thou servest not the Lord, Yahweh, thy power, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Now, there was a portion in there where he was like, yeah, well, you're not exalting. Here, let's hear it. I don't want to say it. Let's hear it. Let's hear what he said again. I want to get that part where he said it.
Whoa. He was like, what do you mean? I said, no, if you erase everything that the white man has done out of the history of this country, do you still have an enemy? It's like the only reason why you were able...
Yes, we would still have an enemy. Let's go ahead and skip here real quick and let's go to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, all right? Now, this is for the edification side, all right? Psalms, the 83rd chapter, and the first verse. It says, a song of Asaph, keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lift up the head. They have taken crafty counsel to Slakia. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Okay? So here you go. Talking about a specific people separate than the rest of these other people that have taken crafty counsel. Do you get it? The Lord has a special and a chosen people. Okay? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now, who are these enemies? Is it just the white man? Of course not. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebel and Ammon, Amalek, which you already know what it says about Amalek. In Exodus, it says that I will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Okay, saith the Lord power. The Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. Now, what does it say about them? Because they've helped to remove us far from our coast, even far from our border. That the Lord said that he will recompense and he will lay their recompense back upon their head. Come on, man. Yes. Okay. And your hypothetical dumbass question. Yes, we would still have enemies. Okay. But at the same time, why are you, we're not going to take away from what the Lord did. This is what the Lord has done. You're looking past facts, trying to be wise in this world. Yet I don't even know where to put that. Like, that thought is just that. Whatever, man. All right. So yeah, we do have other enemies. All right. Let's go ahead and hear what else he said here.
The so-called black man, the way you have, is because you've made the white man the devil, which is the Edomite. You call him the Edomite, right? Of this country. Yeah.
We haven't made nobody the damn devil. All right. But the Lord has done all these things.
It's like the only reason why you were able to exalt the so-called black man the way you have is because you've made the white man the devil, which is the Edomite. You call him the Edomite, right? And I was like, so if you really pay attention to it, you're more of a slave to the white man's teachings than I am. Because your religion was not built on what God has done, but your religion is based on what white people has done to black people.
Yeah.
Now, like he just said right there, he's giving the credit to this damn devil, but yet the devil is sent, and he's sent underneath direct orders. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do in perfectness. He is the perfect damn devil, and the Lord has sent him. All right. So yes, what our entire message is that we're declaring the works of the Lord with understanding, as it reads in Ecclesiasticus. Let's go there really quick, and then we're going to jump back to Deuteronomy. We're declaring the works of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man, and all you're doing is you're trying to take away the Lord's work. What the fuck are you? Who are you? You're going to pay for all this shit too, man. You have no idea you're going to pay for all of that. You're doing evil evil as shit. All right? Ecclesiastes 17 and 6 and 5. It says they received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord, and in the 6th part he imparted them understanding, and in the 7th speech, an interpreter of the cogitations thereof. Counsel and a tongue and eyes, ears and a heart gave he them to understand. Understand what? Let's keep reading. With all he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil. Okay? Yes, we got enemies. Yes, we were taught a very serious, deadly serious, generationally serious lesson. Okay? He set his eye upon their hearts that he might show them the greatness of his works. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding. That's what we're doing right now. We're declaring the work of the Lord with understanding because he has done all these things. You dumbass. Back to Deuteronomy 28, and let's talk about this fucking devil, the white man who has destroyed the whole damn earth. Because thou, Deuteronomy 28 and 47, it says, because thou serve not the Lord, Yahweh, thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Who does that sound like? And the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. The Lord has done these things. The Lord's done these things. All right? Even as Pharaoh, what did he say? He said he raised up Pharaoh just so he could show his power, Joe. Who are you to tell the Lord that he hath no hands and what has he brought forth? Huh? Dumbass. And then here's the other thing. Yeah, we have enemies. First Maccabees 2 and I believe it's 10. First Maccabees 2 and 10. It reads, what nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? Okay? We have been robbed, pillaged, and in captivity to captivity, okay? Israel got jacked up bad for how we went off because of being the Lord's chosen people and entering into the covenant. And we said that we will not transgress, but yet we transgressed, okay? We transgressed and big time and many a times, all right? But still yet, let's go ahead, let's get back to a couple more precepts here and we'll shut it down. That's totally goofball, all right? We do have enemies. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's reel this back into Israel because this is what it's all about. Israel also will be judged, all right? The 2/3 of Israel. Let's go to Jeremiah, the 9th chapter, down at the end. All right, it says in 25th verse, it says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised, Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab and all that are in the utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness, for all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart. That's where that new covenant comes into. And that new covenant is only with Israel and with Judah. Okay? As he has said, after those days, this is the covenant that I will make with them. Israel and Judah. This isn't about the rest of the nations. Okay? And moreover, we're going to talk about these judgments. Let's go to a judgment real quick. You see, because you're trying to take away from Ezekiel, the 25th chapter. All right. Because thou hast clapped thine hands. Now we'll cut. Where is it at here? Here we go. Verse verse 11, and it reads, Ezekiel 25:11, and I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger. You hear that? Oh, they shall do in Edom according to mine anger. Okay? His people, Israel. They're going to do in Edom according to the Lord's anger. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. Okay? I mean, damn, bro. Doesn't it say in Isaiah? Let's go to Isaiah 14 real quick. Doesn't it say? That pomp is brought down. It should be around like 14. No. And make the world as a wilderness. Yup. And never really look upon thee. Yup. I will ascend. Kings of the nations all in lying glory. No. Thou art cast off, right? Should be joining them in burial. This is, where is it at? Salaki, give me 1 second here. Rejoice. Saying, since thou art cut down. Okay, I'm getting closer. I thought it said, saying to the king of Babylon. But it's all good. I'm gonna read this anyway because it is fire. All right. Oh, yeah, it do. Right here, the 4th verse. Isaiah 14:4. It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? Remember, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. All right? As it reads in Job. Who is that wicked? All right? Who is that people that he called the border of wickedness, man? It's fucking Edom, man. The wicked, bro. And he is in charge of, he's got power over the world right now. And the Lord did that. It come not from the east or from the west, but it come from the Lord. All right? Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, which is, scepter representing power. Okay? He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. And that's exactly what this fucking devil does. You idiot. You hypothetically sit your ass down, man, to the death. As to the death, man. Shut up. Let's prove Habakkuk. Habakkuk, the 1st chapter, and down at, the 14th verse. This is what this devil does. And maketh men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no ruler over them. They take up all of them with the angle, which is a device to catch. All right, it's a trap. An angle is a trap. They take up all of them with the angle. They catch them in their net and gather them in their drag. Therefore, they rejoice and are glad. Does it not say that he doesn't do shit but heap up to himself all people? His desire is as hell. He cannot be satisfied. Isn't that the damn devil? Isn't that what they call this place, a melting pot? Did he not heap up into himself all people? Is he not the hammer of the fucking earth? Is he not the one that can't keep at home? Isn't he the one that makes all these fucking rules and shit like that? Gives them out to these other countries and shit and tells them what to do from all the way the fuck over here? Come on, man. All these sanctions and shit like that. Tariffs, all that shit. and makest men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no ruler over them. They take all them up with the angle, they catch them in their net, and gather them in their drag. Therefore they rejoice and are glad. Therefore they sacrifice unto their net, and burn incense unto their drag, because by them their portion is fat. Who was given the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven, and their meat plenteous? Shall they therefore empty their net, and not spare continually to slay the nations? Come on, man. Hypothetically. Shut your ass up, man. We dealing with the facts here. All right? Let's get a couple more scriptures and shut it down. The Lord have done these things. All right? If you have any understanding, you'll speak, according to this word. But you in La La Land somewhere, go sit down and oh my goodness, bro. I ain't even gonna hurl no freaking insults, bro. Just you to the death, bro. All right? The book of Sirach 10. All right? Actually, as a matter of fact, Proverbs, okay? Here's another point for you. Proverbs 21:1. What does it read? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it wherever so he will. Okay? This white devil has done really, truly nothing but his damn job. Okay? He will not transgress. No, there's no such thing. There is no going against the Lord. Man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? Okay, the Lord has his counsels. The Lord has his will be done in earth as it is in heaven. The Lord wants you gone, you're gone. If he wants you to deceive, you're going to deceive. Is it not written that the deceived and the deceiver are his? Proverbs, yeah, so there you go. Proverbs 21:1. It's just proving points here. All right, let's go to Sirach real quick. Sirach 10:4. Okay. What does it read? Actually, 10:4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. What should that marry up to? That should also marry up into Job. Let's go to Job. Slakia, 1 second here. I'll put down a note. All right, Job, the 9th chapter and the 24th verse. All right. What does it say? The earth is given. Once again, it is given. Why? Because of what we just read. The Lord is one who setteth up one and putteth down another. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right? And he's shown to be exactly who the fuck he is. We know who he is now. We know who he is. Then shall that wicked be revealed, right? Let's get it. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians 2. 2 Corinthians. 2 Thessalonians 2. And it should be about 8. Right here. At verse 7, it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that nigga ain't nothing but a liar. Okay? As it is written, that as soon as they come out of the womb, they be born speaking lies, man. They're born speaking lies, bro. I don't know where else to go. It's all over the place, but it's all just proof. Whatever the hell it was that you was talking about, man, that hypothetical bullshit. I think I can speak for my teachers, all right? And for those that are in Great Millstone, as I see it, is definitely not in the business of guessing, okay? Definitely not in the business of guessing, all right? Period. Or imagining a possibility against reality of these facts. This is the reality, and this is facts. You are absolutely ridiculous. The fact is that the white man is Esau, Edom. We do have more enemies, as it is written in Psalms the 83rd chapter. And hey, the 2/3 is gonna pay, and these damn devils are gonna pay for all the wickedness that they have done. And the promises are to Israel. Period. All right. Romans the 9th chapter. The promises, the covenants, okay, the giving of the law, all that, everything. The reason why Hamashiach came in the flesh is all for Israel. Okay. Would we still have religion? Of course. Here, you know what? Actually, as a matter of fact, let's get the word religion. What is religion? Religion. Definition. What does it say? It says a broad system of spiritual beliefs, practices, okay, and cultural frameworks centered on a supernatural power or divine reality involving worship, yes, rituals, okay, moral codes, okay, and a community united by faith, yes, often providing meaning and guidance for life, yeah. But I would go another step too. You know, yeah, we have a religion, but we also, this is our heritage. Did you not know that? This is not just religion. This is not a religion of this world. This is not for all the lands and then for all people. As it is written, let's prove that. And then I'll get one more precept and we'll go ahead and shut it down. All right. Is this not our wisdom in the sight of the nations? This is Deuteronomy 4:6. 4 and 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh, my power, commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation, okay, this nation that's set aside, this holy nation, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who hath power, Yahweh, or power, God, so nigh unto them as the Lord Yahweh? Our power is in all things that we call upon him for. And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Deuteronomy 28. Hold on. Let's hear this. First verse, it says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Who entered into this covenant? Who are these people? Because Romans 9 says that it's only these people, and it will only be those people for the first and the second. Never mind. All right, my guy is bugged out. It's goofy as hell. That's one dumbass. I don't know. That's one dumbass argument. But you look, that's pretty much it, man. All right, all these other nations and even 2/3 of Israel must pay. All right, for all that has happened. All right, and for all that they have done and all that they have transgressed, and the others for putting their hands on the Lord's people. Joel, let's go to Joel 3 and 5 real quick. There's punishment for the rest of the nations too. It's not just Esau, man. Joel 3 and 5. Did not the Lord talk about what Tyre and Zidon did? All right. They cast lots for my people. Yup. I will also gather all nations. I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them. That means he's going to fuck them up. All right. Plead is not, the Lord's going to sit down with a chair and stuff and some shit, and we're going to have a little deal, and we're going to make a deal. He said, not for price nor reward, saith the Lord. They're going to give it up. They're going to be stumped. I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yeah. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Do you hear this? Not just a white man. Will ye render unto me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it. You don't want me to go no more, man. This is a dumbass argument. You're a retard, okay? Completely freaking spiritually slow. This is just niggerdom stuff. I don't even know what to say. We're getting ready to shut it down. That's it. All right? With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Next, double honors to the elder apostles and to the elders of great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad, and for those that are scattered amongst the heathen nations that take on the appearance and physical characteristics of those heathen nations. This is not a black thing. And this is not a religion of this world. Let me get here. We're going to close out with that. It's not a religion of this world. Ecclesiasticus, the 17th chapter. No, Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 24 and 24. All right. And it reads, all these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High Power, God, even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregations of Jacob. It's only to Jacob. Ecclesiasticus 17. And I think it's 17 maybe. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth he set a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion. Okay? Gave them a law of life for inheritance. That's what I'm looking for. Here we go. Verse 11. Verse 10. And it reads, and the elect shall praise his holy name. And what's that names? And what are the names? Yahweh, the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai, the name of the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father. Okay, those are the names that we extol. And the elect shall praise his holy name. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage. Got that? For a heritage. All right. So this is not a black thing. This is not also this is not a religion of this world, but yet this is our heritage. It's our culture. It's our nationality. It is our history also, which is no longer a mystery, and it is the promises of our future. Okay. It's also the record that Yahweh have left of his son. And if you don't believe in this record, and if you're trying to play make-believe, man, then you can go on ahead and you can just die to death. All right. Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. And until next time, Abaratazah, stay prayed up. Shalom.